Hello everyone, welcome to all for lecture series of Naval Architecture for MEO examination. In this lecture series, we are going to cover syllabus of class 1, class 2 and class 4 examination. If you are visiting our YouTube channel first time, please like, share and subscribe. Our YouTube channel is MEO exam Naval Architecture.
Hello everyone, this is the sixth lecture of the Naval Architecture series. In this lecture, we are going to discuss how to calculate the load acting on the vertical plane as well as the location of the center of pressure with the help of a load diagram. If you remember in earlier lectures, we have done the same thing. We have calculated the load as well as the center of pressure acting on the vertical plane with the help of some formulas. But in today's lecture, we are going to discuss how to calculate the load acting on the vertical plane as well as a location of the center of pressure with the help of a load diagram. So all of you please try to recall the earlier classes also, because we are going to compare the results which we are getting with the help of a load diagram as well as earlier formulas which we have used. Now, what is the meaning of a load diagram? If you read the definition which is given over here, if the pressure at any point in an immersed plane is multiplied by the width of the plane at this point, the load per unit depth of the plane is obtained. What is the meaning of this? What is the meaning of this? Now consider I have a rectangular bulkhead like this, and this is the center of pressure. This is the water line, or you can say the free surface. H is equal to 0 is here. At any location, if I want to find out the pressure, how to calculate the pressure, we will measure the depth from the free surface to that location. That will be the depth is h. The formula to calculate the pressure will be P is equal to rho g h. Then with the help of this formula, we are going to calculate the load acting at this location per unit depth. So what I will do now, to find the load acting at this location per unit depth, what I will do, this pressure multiply by the width at that location, width of the bulkhead at that location. So that you can say this is a B. So the unit of the pressure will be Newton per meter square, and the unit of the width will be meter. So this meter and this is get cancelled. So you will get a load acting at that location will be in a Newton per meter. That only they have written here, load per unit depth of the plane is obtained here. Okay, so how to proceed for that? To understand this, we will take few more example. Now you have consider the bulkhead is a rectangle only, and the free surface is at the top of the bulkhead. So if I ask you find out the load diagram for this bulkhead. So load diagram, how to calculate the load diagram will be like this. It will be like this. What is the meaning of this? At the top, the pressure. What is the formula for the load per unit? So for the load I will use the capital P, and for the pressure I will use a small p. So small p into width I will call as a B. Small p will be rho g h into width, like this. So at the top h will be 0, so pressure will be 0, then load will be 0. As you go down towards the bottom, so if you see this diagram, in this diagram you will come to know that how the load is varying from the top of the bulkhead to the bottom of the bulkhead. It is a linearly it is varying. Why it is linearly? Because the load is directly proportional to h. Load is directly proportional to h, and that is a linearly proportional. So it is varying linearly. That's the reason this straight line came here. Okay, so like this you can do the calculation for the and do the diagram of the pressure, that is called as a load diagram. So how you can show like this, and this the length of the arrow shows the magnitude of the pressure. So at the top the pressure will be 0, at the bottom pressure will be maximum. So you can say this is the depth of the bulkhead. I will call that as a small d, and the bottom of this load diagram, that will be a maximum load per unit depth, and that will be, you can say, this P unit will be Newton per meter, and the unit of the depth will be meter. So if you find out the area of this load diagram, that will be a load acting on the bulkhead. If you want to see this, you can do the calculation like this. What is the area of this load diagram? Load diagram is a triangle, so area will be half into base. Base will be this maximum load into depth. So what is the unit of the load? That will be Newton per meter. And what is the unit of the depth? That will be in a meter. So meter get cancelled. The final thing will left, that is a Newton. So it means that we can say that the area of the load diagram will be a load acting on the bulkhead. So I am repeating it once again, this sentence. You can see here what we have seen. You can read this. The area of the load diagram represents the load on the plane. While it's now this thing we have seen. Then while its centroid represents the position of the center of pressure. So load diagram is like this. So load diagram is now our triangular. So if it is a triangle, the center of pressure, the depth I can say d, the center of pressure will be at d by 3 from the base and 2d by 3 from the apex. So this is the location of the center of pressure. So you know the depth. So by using that, you can depth divided by 3, you will get the location of the center of pressure from the bottom, and 2d by 3, you will get the location of the center of pressure from the top. So like this, we can utilize the load diagram. So this sentence is a very important. The area of this load diagram represents the load on the plane, while its centroid represents the position of the center of pressure. Okay, now this is the first condition. Now suppose condition is like this: you have one bulkhead, and in this case the water pressure is some free surface will be somewhere here. Hence you have a sounding pipe over here, and water is up to the this level, h is equal to 0. If this is the condition, how the load diagram will be there? How the load diagram will be there? So for that purpose, you can calculate the load diagram like this. So again, at the free surface, pressure will be 0. Now as you go down, the pressure is going to increase. So the load diagram will be like this only. It will be a triangular only. But if you get the question, we want to find out the load acting on the bulkhead. So bulkhead is starting from here. Bulkhead is starting from here. So this part, there is a water, but it is not affecting on the bulkhead. This water is not touching to the bulkhead. The bulkhead is starting from here. So effective load diagram for the bulkhead alone will be this color, which I have taken in the pink. So this is the effective load diagram of the for the bulkhead, where the water level is above the top of the bulkhead. The water is there in a sounding pipe. So in this case, the load diagram is like a trapezoid. That only it is written over here. For the rectangular plane with its edge below the surface, the load diagram is in the form of a trapezoid. The load diagram will be in the form of a trapezoid. And for the rectangular plane with its edge in the surface, the load diagram is in the form of a triangle, which we have seen just now. So water surface is somewhere here. So load diagram will be triangle, complete triangle. But in case of second case, the load diagram will be like a trapezoid. So formula, the method will be remain same. This sentence will be remain same for all the condition. The area of the trapezoid will be the load acting on the bulkhead, and the centroid of the trapezoid will be the center of pressure of the bulkhead. I hope everything is clear. We will do some numerical, then you will understand the whole concept once again. Now, so we will directly move to the we will take directly one. There is a one bulkhead. There is a one bulkhead whose width is 4 meter and depth is 6 meter, and water surface or the free surface is the top of this rectangular bulkhead. So with the help of all the available data, we found the load diagram. So load diagram is coming like this. So as I told, you have a triangular rectangular bulkhead is there, and the water surface is at the top of the bulkhead. So that time the load diagram will be triangular. The depth of the load diagram, or you can say height of the load diagram, will be the depth of the bulkhead, and the base width of the base of the triangular load diagram will be the load acting on the bulkhead per unit depth. So this will be a maximum load acting at the bottom. So that's the reason you can see the unit will be kilonewton per meter, load acting per unit meter. Okay, so like this the load diagram is coming. So how to proceed for that? So as I told, if you want to find out the load acting on the bulkhead will be area of the bulkhead, that will be the area of the load diagram, that will be 1 by 2 base. Now base is a 241.3 into the depth will be 6. Depth will be 6 meter. If you do the calculation, you will get the load that will be in the Newton. If you want to counter check whatever the formula answer is coming by the load diagram, whether it is correct or not, you can use the earlier formula, that will be rho GAH. Okay, rho is a if it is a sea water, we can take 1000. Fresh water is a 1000, 9.81. Area of the bulkhead, that is a 6 into 4, and H is measured from the free surface. It is the bulkhead is a rectangle, so the H will be at the half, that will be 6 by 2, 3 meter. So it is a 3 meter. If you do this both the calculation, the answer whatever coming answer, suppose you can call this F1 and you can call this F2, both the answers will be remains same. Both the answers will be remains same. You can see here all the steps are done. Load to calculate the to draw the load diagram, done the calculation here. Load per meter at the top of the bulkhead will be 0. Load per meter at the bottom of the bulkhead is 241.3. Then load on the bulkhead, by using the area of the load diagram, we calculate the load on the bulkhead. Now what is the center of pressure? By using the load diagram, that will be the centroid of the, so the depth was a 6 meter of the load diagram, and from the free surface to the centroid, the distance is a 2d by 3, that is a 2 into 6 by 3. It will be 4 meter. It will be 4 meter from the top. So this thing we have done from the load diagram. If you want to counter check the answer is correct or not, you can do the same calculation. What was the calculation for center of pressure? That is INA by AH plus H. Do all the calculation what we have done earlier. You will get the same answer, 4 meter from the top. Okay, so like this you can do the calculation of load on the bulkhead as well as the center of pressure if the water surface is at the top of the bulkhead. Now second case is if the water surface is above the top of the bulkhead somewhere. So this is the condition. You have a bulkhead like this, it is shown here. You have a bulkhead here, and there is some center of pressure. There is a sounding pipe over here, and water is there inside the sounding pipe. Above the top of the bulkhead, the level of the water is a 3 meter above the top of the bulkhead. If this is the condition, again same calculation you have to do. What is the calculation? You have to find out the pressure. You have to find out the, I will call this is a P1, this location is P2, this location is P3. So calculate the P1 pressure at the free surface. It will be rho GH. So pressure H will be 0, H is equal to 0 here. As we go down, H is increasing. so H will be 0, so pressure will be 0, so load also, load 1 I will call, that will be also 0. Now at this location, at the top of the bulkhead, that pressure is a P2, formula will be rho GH2, so H will be 3 meter, so there will be value of H2, you will get the value of a pressure, so that pressure you will get. Then you will calculate the load per meter depth you will get. So pressure, this pressure multiply by the width of the bulkhead is a 4 meter, so load per meter width per meter depth is equal to P2, pressure at that location, multiplied by width at that location. So you will get the width will be remains same from the top to bottom, that will be a 4 meter. So you will get the load per unit depth, you will get the load at this location, that we got here 120.66 kilonewton per meter. This is 120.66 kilonewton per meter. The same way you can do the load per unit depth will be at the bottom. Then you will get the load per unit depth at the bottom is 361.98 kilonewton per meter. Like this you have to do the calculation, calculate the load at the top of the bulkhead, calculate the load per unit depth at the bottom of the bulkhead. Then you can draw the load diagram like this. Now the effective load diagram is, now we have a trapezoid. We have a trapezoid here. The effective load diagram is a trapezoid. Now what is the formula for calculation of the load? Load acting on the bulkhead, that will be area of a trapezoid. So if you know the formula to calculate the load on the if you know the general formula for trapezoid, area of the trapezoid, you can use that formula. General formula will be, it will be like this for the trapezoid. Suppose this is A, this is B, and the depth of the trapezoid is H. Then the formula will be A plus B by 2 into H. This is the formula for the area of the trapezoid. You can use this formula. You know A means now 120.66, B is 361.98, and H is a 6 meter. So you can substitute here, you can easily find out the area of the trapezoid, and that will be a load acting on the bulkhead. But this is the one way. And the second thing is, if you know the formula for the center of pressure of the trapezoid, general formula of the center of pressure for the trapezoid, you can use that formula, and you can easily calculate by putting the values. You can easily calculate the location of the center of pressure. So the centroid of the trapezoid will be the location of the center of pressure. But it is very difficult to remember that formula for the exam purpose. So I will suggest to do some other method. What is that method? Make this trapezoid into two triangles like this by putting one line like this, and this is a triangle number 1, and this is a triangle number 2. So this is the triangle number A, and this is the triangle number B. So for the triangle number A, base will be this one. For triangle number B, the base will be this one. And for both the triangle, depth is remains same, that is a 6 meter. Okay, so how to proceed for that? What we have to do? We have to find out the area of both the triangles separately and do the addition of that. you will get the total area of the trapezoid. This is the method for the calculation of the area. And to calculate center of pressure, we have to find out the center of pressure of A, center of pressure of B, and then resultant center of pressure for A and B. That will be the center of pressure for the trapezoid. So how to proceed for that? For that purpose, I will suggest you have to create a tabular column like this: serial number, area of both the component, then y means location of centroid of each diagram from the reference axis, that we will discuss, and then ay is the area multiplied by the location of the centroid of that individual component. So this is A multiplied by y. So I will give the number of numbers to the column number 1, column number 2, column number 3, column number 4. So column number 4 will be column number 3 multiplied by column number 2. So what is this serial number 1, 2? So first will be area of this triangle number A. So what is the area? 1 by 2, base is 120.66 into the depth is 6 meter. Then centroid of this triangle from the reference axis. Now what I am doing now, I am taking the reference axis is this one. This is the x-axis, this is the y-axis. So I am going to measure the vertical distance only from this x-axis. Okay, so centroid of the triangle will be from the base, it will be always h by 3 or d by 3, you can say. So it will be somewhere here. So this will be d by 3. So in this case d is a 6, so it will be 6 by 3. It will be 2. So this is a 2. Now coming to the second figure. For the second figure, that is your B. For the B, the base of the triangle B is this one. So centroid of the triangle B will be somewhere here, and from the base to this distance will be d by 3. So the total depth of this triangle 6 meters. So this will be a 6 by 3. So it will be a 2 meter. But I want the distance from the reference axis. This distance I want. So I will call this is a y2, and for the triangle A, I will call distance as a y1. So y1 we got 2 meter, and y2 is now total depth is a 6 meter, but this is a 2 meter from the bottom. So 6 minus 2, it will be a 4 meter. So for the triangle 2, the area will be half into base into depth, and y2 will be 4 meter. So now you have an area of an individual triangle, you have a y of individual triangle. Multiply by these two columns, you will get the ay of both the triangles. Like this you can do. Then once you know the area, this one and this one, then do the summation of these two things. So this will be summation of ay. Like this you can do the summation of area also. Then you will get the effective centroid of the trapezoid, that will be summation of ay divided by summation of a. So that will be y bar. Y bar is the effective centroidal location of trapezoid from the top of a bulkhead. Why it is from the top of the bulkhead? Because the reference axis we have taken, that is x, this one, that is the top of the bulkhead. So this y, whatever you will get y bar, that will be the centroid of the trapezoid from the top of the bulkhead. Okay, now you can see that calculation is here. You can see they have done here load per meter unit, load per meter at the top of the bulkhead is a 120.66 kilonewton. Load per meter at the bottom will be 361.98. They are talking about this. At this location it is a 120.66. At this location it is 361.98. Like that they have calculation here. Then area of the A, area of the B, then total load is like this. The center of pressure location for the whole trapezoid from the top of the bulkhead is 3.5 meter from the top of the bulkhead. Then this thing is done, and now if you want to counter check the results from the formulas, that also you can do. This is the result from the formulas. The load acting on the bulkhead will be rho g a h. In this case h will be 3 meter plus 6 by 2, so it will be 3 plus, so it will be 6 meter. So substitute that value, you will get the load acting on the bulkhead from the formulas is 1448 kilonewton. And same thing, if you just check here from the load diagram also, you got the same value 1447.92, and from the formula we got 1448. It will be same only. So like this we can do the calculations of the load acting on the bulkhead as well as the center of pressure of the bulkhead with the help of formulas as well as with the help of load diagram. Both the answers will be remains the same. I hope all of you understood both the methods. So please be tuned with our YouTube channel for the upcoming lectures. Thank you very much.